Okay, so me and Justin worked on the intake cable for a bit longer, and we ran into some snags, so I'm under here now. It's a couple days later, obviously. So that line right there is where I used to have the filter, the little air pod filter, because I was just gonna vent it to atmosphere, but I figured that was a bad idea after learning about evap stuff. So I have this line with the new solenoid thingy or whatever the and then other line down there. So yeah, and the I'm just gonna zip tie it here, kind of keep it close, because the other stud, well, the stud where it's supposed to be, the other one had 2 holes, this one only has 1, so I'm just gonna zip tie it. So yeah, and of course I didn't film any of it, because why would I? Alright, so now the underside of the fuel tank is done. That's where the line comes from the solenoid, so it goes in there, and then that activates whether it goes into the throttle body or I'm guessing down through that tube. So it is a bit of an abomination right now, but it's using what I have. So it used to be this one right here, but now it's this that goes to here, and then obviously that one that goes to there. And then we have these 2 back up there, this one to the fuel pressure regulator, and then this one to the map sensor, and that's all just based on this map right here, which is pretty nice. It's definitely not good, but it might work. So that's one more thing crossed off the list. So now it's down to, I'm gonna wait, because I have an idea for this, but I need my Dremel, and my Dremel's at work, so I'm gonna wait on the intake throttle body cable, and I'm probably gonna do some wiring, which is what I said I'd do months ago, but I've been putting off. Alright, so we're back. Justin was nice enough to let me borrow his harmonic balancer installer. It's not the ATI official one, but the if you see the slots for the bolts line up with the bolts that are already in there, I didn't want to take them out because they're all torqued with thread locker and all that, but it looks like they'll just rest on the washers right there. So I have the adapter in there, this screwed on there. This barely fit in between the engine and the body, so hopefully when I twist this little fella, then it just goes on easy peasy. But I guess we'll see how that goes. Okay, so turns out I didn't have the right adapter for the balancer, so it didn't go on at all. So I pivoted to this. So the throttle cable, after relocating the throttle body for the supercharger kit, is too long, so I decided to cut a slit in the gas pedal and put the excess cable in that slit with the washer to make up for the room. And honestly, it works, but sometimes when you do it too fast or max it out, it'll pull that little plastic grommet out of the thing. So this isn't the permanent solution, this is more just like a prototype, but I figured I at least want to try it since it's just putting a slit in the gas pedal. But I had my sister push this down all the way and make sure that the throttle body went all the way flat, and it did. So I guess we'll see how this works. Alright, so it's a little while later. I finally got this, my solution. This might work, should work, I hope works. I didn't realize how rare M14 by 1.25 thread pitch is, so I found this bolt. It was like $50, and then a nut that fits it. So I'm gonna thread the bolt in, and then use the plate from the kit that Justin has. Ooh. There we go. Use that, and then try and press it on. Hopefully this is long enough, but we'll see. And then also that. Now obviously, I know this blade is designed for the valve covers for the engines that have VTEC, so like the B18C and the B16. This does not have VTEC, so it doesn't really bolt on. It leaves a little room, but I'm gonna drill a hole into the plate, like right above where the stud is, and try and use that to jerry rig it down. But it should work. I guess we'll see. But for now, gonna focus on that and then keep going. Excuse me. Well, as you saw, it went pretty good. It's amazing what happens when you get like the right stuff to work on. But it looks like when I took the bolt out to draw it in, it looked like the front of the pulley that goes into the bolt was pretty flush with the crank, and on the back it looks like there's not a lot of more room for it to go. And then when I lined it up between the rear rib section and the pulley that goes to the alternator, the rib looked a lot more lined up than it did before. So I guess I'll put the belt on and see how lined up it is. Alright, so it's a little later. I had to go get a new smaller belt. I had to get a 320K4 instead of 330K4, but it looks like everything's lining up good and it's all rotating okay. And yeah, it should be as good as anything else on the Integra, which is hopeful. But next, doing some of this. It's the coil unplug conversion. So I gotta do, take this brand new distributor that I got, take it apart, take all the stuff out that makes it a distributor, and keep in the thing that just counts how fast the camshaft is spinning. And then yeah, so this cap will go on there like that, so it makes it a little slimmer and gets rid of these. And then there's some a harness that goes from here and it goes in the cabin. And yeah, so I'm gonna go get that real quick. Alright, so I got the distributor off with the cap off. So what we had to do, take off that Phillips to get the rotor off, and then take this plastic off, and then I'll show you what to take off after. Alright, so I have the cap off. So the only thing that needs to stay is the pickup right here for this Johnny right here. So this can go and this can go. So I'll get to that right now. Alright, so here it is after I deleted the stuff. Them two. So we got these. I have the bracket I put back in so I can hold the wires out of the way, because this will be rotating along with that tooth down there. And I've zip tied away, so this should keep it away enough so it won't touch anything. But yeah, so after this, I just got to. So then the only wires we'll use afterwards are these two. So in the kit it just has two wires. So I'll decide whether I want to either just put spade connectors there or cut it. But yeah, now I'm gonna put it back together. Alright, so here it is reconstructed. Got the cap back on. And so like I said before, this one will be the only plug we're using, because that's the two wires you use for the pickup. And then yeah, put this back on and get the wiring together. So here we are, distributor on. We have this plug, comes from the harness that's supposed to plug into here. So that goes into this harness, also goes into there. And then there's the ground that goes there. And then it follows all the way in here, and I was able to use the hole for the AC lines. And then, so that's all plugged in up here. And then if we go in here, I have, that's where the wires come in. And then I have the harness, which kind of looks like a lot, and the new P75 ECU. So that should be ready to get set up. There is a sub harness back there, but it doesn't look like there's a lot that's needed. Honestly, for some reason, on the labeling for all the wires, it looks more like it's designed for like speakers. So I guess we'll see. There was some stuff for like the lights, for like the dash lights, but we'll see. So anyway, and then I got this plugged in, and yeah, so wiring like that is good. Well, it's set up. I guess we'll see if it works. And then I will move on to something else. Well, ain't that a sight for sore eyes? First time that hood has been on that car in 2 years, which makes me feel like shit. Anyway, I found out that the hood can't close with the coil pack, so I guess I have to run a hoodless. Darn. All the wiring I mentioned before, I kind of just went over it in my noggin because there's so much room in my noggin to go over stuff. Verified these front brakes are open, or not stuck. This one was stuck, so I had to, the wheel was also stuck, so I had to pry the wheel off. Opened up the caliper was just stuck, so I opened it up. That spins freely now. The other one spins freely, so all it spins freely. I even put gas in it. There's approximately 4 gallons of 93 in here now. No leaks back here yet. Didn't prime it yet because I don't want to turn it on with the new ECU, because I want to wait till the tuner I'm talking to gets his fingers on it. So just I told him to make sure to go over everything I did because I did it. So want to get a professional look on it. So I'm just going over everything in my head, doing double checks. And honestly, I don't want to be optimistic, but I think the next step is to take the project car off the jack stands. I'll do a check, see what's up, and I'll be back.